Well, hello there and welcome back to a brand new video where today's video is a very exciting one because today is the day, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about Saracens versus Ealing Trailfinders. We also talk about Saracens versus Richmond versus Bedford Blues and versus Doncaster Knights, simply because the last video I posted about Saracens was against Jersey Reds, and that was the second match of the IPA Championship. Now, me being me, I said to you guys, you know what, do you guys want to see a video each week? A lot of you guys said yeah, and what did I do? Well, I didn't really commit to it, really. I started recording videos. I think the last video I did was talking about the match between Richmond and Bedford Blues, but I recorded like 2 weeks ago and never really got round to editing it, so I thought, you know what, let's try and rebuild where we were. Obviously, the last match being against Jersey Reds, and kind of like compile a bunch of videos into this one big video here. And of course, this being a very important match, because if you remember, Saracens lost the Cornish Pirates in the first round. And due to that result, Saracens had a lot of pressure to win every single match to have a chance in the playoff final to get promotion back to the Premiership. And it's kind of a playoff final because the top two teams play each other twice over 2 legs, so I guess home and away. And Saracens are currently sitting third, but we do have a match in hand, which is very, very exciting. So today's video we'll be talking all about this. I'm very excited. I'm excited because Saracens won against Ealing. I was very nervous going into this game. I was pretty much nervous for the last few weeks, even last against Doncaster Knights, who we'll talk about in a moment. And I was nervous because what happened in pre-season, we lost twice to Ealing Trailfinders, and Ealing are a top side. Credit to Ealing, their tactics are very, I wouldn't say unique, but you don't really see it day in, day out. Like, even for example, today, there was a line out, and it was going to their number 8, right to the back, and normally, Matey Boy either picks it up, they go for a maul, or they'll pass it to their scrum half and go towards the wing. Today, Ealing, right, number 8 gets the ball, and he throws it pretty much back to the hooker. Like, you don't really see that. It's crazy, and Ealing Trailfinders definitely love, like, when it's a penalty, especially when they played, who was it last week? Was it Cornish Pirates, I think, or the week before? Ealing Trailfinders, with a penalty, they love touch and go or tap and go. I've never seen anything like it. They're just like, they form a pod and off they go. And, you know, credit to Ealing Trailfinders, great team. And I'm hoping that the Premiership doesn't become a locked Premiership, because I do like the idea of promotion and relegation. But I do hope that Ealing Trailfinders does get promoted at some point. Whether it be this season or next season, I think Ealing Trailfinders are definitely a great side. And I think with, you know, a little bit of investment here or there with some players, I don't think Ealing could be the next Exeter, but I think they can definitely be a decent side, maybe a top 8 side in the Premiership. I think they're better than Worcester. Gloucester this season have just been a bit all over the place. But no, Ealing, top side, and it showed today. Well, it showed today in some instances where I was nervous, and the first half was very interesting when they got a penalty try. They were pushing. Saracens were giving away too many penalties. We were losing the scrums, the penalties, and it was chaotic. And then Jackson Ray, bless him, gets a yellow card, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And Ealing, to be honest, though, I think they had, I don't know how many penalties, but it took like the last 10 minutes for Ealing to get 2 yellow cards. I mean, I remember the second half, right, of the match, Ealing gave away like 3 or 4 penalties within the first 10 minutes of the second half, no card. I'm like, you don't have to give them a warning, ref. They were giving away penalties in the first half, and I think Owen Farrell in the end was like, ref, how many penalties is that? You know, come on, you know, do something, right? But anyway, let's talk about the match. We kind of spoke about it there, but the result between Saracens versus Ealing, Saracens got 48 points, Ealing got 20, and I think Saracens got, 5 tries. I think it was 5 tries, and Owen Farrell, bless him. I mean, it was unusual, to be honest. Like, whenever we've had a penalty, we've always gone for the corner, or always into touch, you know, try our best for a try. Against Ealing, it was a tactical performance. It was, you know, let's take, you know, 3 points, let's go for the post. It was pretty windy out, and to be honest, credit to Owen Farrell. I think he might have missed 1 kick, but to be honest, he played well. I say well, So many. I think he made 2 unforced errors in the first half. And I'm like, come on, Farrell. Like, it's typical Owen Farrell. But his knowledge of the game, his captaincy, going for the corner, going for the penalties, conversions overall, a pretty strong performance by Owen Farrell. And I think just overall by Saracens, a very solid performance. Second half, we were definitely better. We only conceded 7 points in the second half. First half, I was nervous. And I will admit it. First half I watched. Second half I watched the first 10 minutes. Then I went on a bike ride. And you were going, Matt, how are you a Saracens fan? Why would you go on a bike ride? Because I was nervous. Okay. I was cycling. And then I thought, you know what? Every kind of when I'm on my cycle route, I tend to have a little drink spot. And I was checking, Twitter and seeing what was happening. And that was one way to kind of calm my nerves. I don't drink or anything. So cycling does definitely help to some degree. But anyway, I've watched some of the highlights, and the first half is always the scary, because you think about the first. I mean, if let's say I said to my dad, right, watching the game together, I said, if Ealing come into the second half and it's the same level with points, or Ealing are winning, I think it's going to be tough. And in the first half, Ealing were close, multiple times, to scoring at least a couple of more tries. Would have been a completely different game. Honestly, it would be. But we had a great defense, great turnovers. I think Ealing just had great tactics. They did very, very well. And it's going to be it's definitely an exciting time now in the IPA Championship, because we'll go into it in a moment. But Doncaster, who we played last week, Doncaster got another bonus point win. And Doncaster and Ealing, I think, play on the last, second to last match of the season. And give or take a few results here or there, Doncaster could be in the top 2 with Saracens or Ealing. It's a 3-horse race, which is very exciting. So today's performance, very, very good. Elliot Daly definitely plays better in centre and fullback, in my opinion. He played well once again. I mean, the boys showed up. It was a great result. Hopefully, next week we can let a few of the players rest a little bit. But no, I'm excited. I'm still nervous. If we play Ealing in the final, and it's a 2-leg competition, I think it's going to be tough. But I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, 48-20 sounds convincing, but I was nervous. And I think a lot of people were. But no, I'm very happy that we got the victory. Because I think if we lost, it would... I would have... I think I would have said of social media for a few days. I mean, what's funny is when Saracens win, where's the people against Saracens? Where are you? Where's the newspaper articles? Where's the rugby articles on Facebook, Twitter, going ha ha ha, Saracens lose? Where are you? Sorry, not much interaction on your pages today, are they? Because Saracens won. It's always when Saracens loses, their interactions go through the roof, and obviously when Saracens win, it's okay, but nothing special. And I keep seeing on Twitter, right, so many people going, oh, salary cap. And I'm like, mate, do we live in your head rent-free? Oh, Saracens just won. Let me go to their Twitter and reply. I'm sure we live rent-free in multiple people's heads. But anyway, it's quite fun watching, reading the replies to Saracens Twitter, because they'll always go, oh, salary cap, or, oh, you played your full team. Mate, we're playing our full team because we have the ability to play our full team. We're not going to go, oh, it's only Ealing. We'll just play a Toji at fullback, Owen Farrell as prop. We're not going to do that. We want to get back to we want to get back to the Premiership, and we want to perform well. Okay. Got it. Cool. Okay, so that was kind of a quick-ish overview of the Ealing match. Let me know your thoughts, guys. If you guys were nervous, I was definitely nervous. Now, the previous match was Saracens versus Doncaster Knights. Now, Doncaster Knights, like I said, is now a 3-horse race. Now, when we played Doncaster, Saracens got 50 points to Doncaster's 15. A very good match. I thought Doncaster played well. I'm actually excited for Doncaster versus Ealing. I was excited for Cornish Pirates versus Ealing, but that game just showed, I guess, the difference in levels between Premiership Rugby and Championship Rugby. I think it was the Cornish Pirates manager or someone. He was dipping the ball in water so the Ealing Trailfinder, Ealing Trailfinders hooker. Like, the ball was slippery. Like, and when the referee called him out on it, I'm like, who's doing this? This is not Rugby Sunday League where your dad is, dipping the ball in water. I mean, what is going on? But anyway, Saracens versus Doncaster Knights, a very great game. It was another game I was nervous for because Doncaster Knights are doing very, very well at the moment. And like I said, it's going to be a very exciting time between Saracens versus Ealing. And then the game before that was Saracens versus Bedford Blues. And we got 54 points to 13. Once again, a very good match indeed. Then obviously the last match, which I didn't actually do, which was just after Jersey Reds, was Saracens versus Richmond. Now Saracens won 32-3. And that was a match where, once again, I was nervous because in the first 20 minutes, Richmond were all over us. I don't know, man. I think I either said in one of my videos, which hasn't gone live because, like I said, it was too late. I think I mentioned that I don't know if the Saracens players are nervous because there's more pressure on them to perform. You know, it's like when you're playing football with your dad, right? Your dad is going to win because he's bigger than you. And yeah, he might let you in. But in reality, on paper, the dad should always win. Just is, right? Like if you're playing football or rugby with a 4-year-old, and that 4-year-old wins, and you didn't actually let that 4-year-old win, it's kind of shocking, right? So when Richmond were dominating us for the first 20 minutes, I was thinking, this guy here, he's going back to his accountancy job tomorrow. He just played Saracens on the weekend. I don't know what it is, but I think slowly but surely Saracens have got better in terms of controlling the game and controlling their nerves. Maybe they listen to one of my videos, or they decide, you know what, we actually need a psychologist or a sports therapist to come in and go, why are you guys nervous? I think that's kind of why today between Ealing Trailfinders, Owen Farrell went for the 3 points, because in your head, you get those 3 points, you're winning. It's a little bit less pressure. And then you start building the momentum. So, yeah, Saracens versus Richmond, despite the scoreline of 32-3, Richmond were the better side for the first 20 minutes. I remember that match. It was a very, man. Richmond are a top side, and I think Mara Toji and Jamie George came from Richmond, I think. I could be wrong, but there's definitely a relationship, I think, between Saracens and Richmond in terms of players, and I think we played them before in pre-season friendlies, etc. So it's all fun and games. But that's kind of a recap of the last, 4 matches, including today's match against Ealing Trailfinders. And also some good news for Saracens. The other day, Mark McCall and all his coaches signed like a new 3-4 year deal, which is awesome. So, and Owen Farrell is now the official captain. Nick Tompkins is back from the Dragons, I believe. I know he's back for sure, but when I say believe, I believe he came from the Dragons. The loan spell finished, or ended, you could say. And yeah, to be honest, I'm excited because this is what we have going for us. So in terms of our next match, Saracens play Nottingham. Now Nottingham, if I believe, Nottingham are 11th with 2 points, and they've scored 89 and conceded 222 points. Now, if I remember, I'm sure Ealing Trailfinders smashed Nottingham 80 points. Let's have a look, because I remember there was one game where Ealing just absolutely dominated. Oh no, that was Hartpury. Hartpury, they won 75-19. And did Ealing Trailfinders play Nottingham yet? Oh, they have. Ealing Trailfinders won 52-3. So Saracens are, we're playing Nottingham, who are bottom of the table, and it's going to get close. When I say close, we really now need to start ramping up the points to hopefully get a better point difference between us and Ealing. Ealing are absolutely destroying this league, and credit to them. They know the league very well, and that their momentum, their motive is so strong and passionate that even on the 79th minute or the 80th minute, they got a penalty. They don't kick it out and end the game. They keep going. I think at one point they scored a try in the 84th minute, which is madness. So we have Nottingham coming up. Ealing have Richmond. It's going to be, I think that's going to be quite a fun game to watch. Doncaster Knights versus Bedford Blues. I'm hoping Doncaster Knights kind of keep the momentum, because I wouldn't mind seeing Saracens versus Doncaster Knights in the top two. It's more likely going to be Saracens versus Ealing, but you never know. Doncaster are playing well, so good luck to them. And then Doncaster have a bye, and Saracens then have Amphill, and then Ealing have... Who does Ealing have? Ealing has... Ealing has Bedford Blues, and then what else do we have? Then Saracens have Coventry, Ealing have Doncaster, which is a very exciting weekend, and then the final game or final round of the season, Ealing have a bye, and we ourselves as Saracens have Hartpury University, where obviously Ealing won 75 points. So hopefully, I think we've kind of faced the big competition. So I'm hoping now we can just simply rack up the points. And if I look at the table, so Ealing have played 7 matches and they've won 6 and lost 1. And their points difference is 236. And they've got a total of 30 points. Doncaster Knights, second place, played the same amount of games, won the same amount of games, and lost the same amount of games. However, they only have 26 points because they've only got 2 bonus points, whereas Ealing have had 6 bonus points. And Saracens have played 6, so 1 less than Doncaster and Ealing. And obviously we've won, that's a bit of a tongue twister. We've won 1 less than the others, lost the same. But our points for is 246. We've conceded the least amount of points of 89, and our point difference is 157. So Ealing on 236 point difference, we're on 157. So if we can win our game in hand and we get like 60-70 points point difference, I don't know. Saracens, for me, since supporting them since a very young boy, we haven't really been a team to win by big margins. I would say the match today is considered a big margin. Saracens, yeah, it's rare we go over the 50-point mark. Now and then, maybe 60 points. I remember last season in the Premiership, but I'm really hoping that Saracens just go, you know what, let's just push, be disciplined, and go for it really. Because in reality, right, and we'll end on this, if Saracens win their remaining matches and they get a bonus point every single time, and Ealing Trailfinders do exactly the same, we will be on the same point, but the difference will be the point difference. Like I said to my dad today, Ealing was in a kind of a win-win situation. They're already top. They have a massive point difference. And, if I was their coach, just keep on rolling the point. But what could happen is Doncaster Knights are currently 4 points behind Ealing. So if Doncaster, let's say things keep going to plan, and Doncaster beat Ealing, Doncaster and Ealing will be on the same amount of points. Now, the biggest difference is Doncaster right now have a 21-point difference. So it's very unlikely Doncaster is going to overcome that. So for Doncaster to be above Ealing, Doncaster have to beat Ealing. They also have to get a bonus point win against them. That's basically it. Doncaster have to get a bonus point win against Ealing. And you never know. It could happen. You don't know. I mean, Ealing might win a match and only get 4 points, so Doncaster could overtake them. I don't know. It's going to be a very exciting end to the season. And I would like Saracens versus Doncaster Knights, but I think in reality it's definitely going to be Saracens versus Ealing Trailfinders. I don't know. Who do you think will be in the final? It could be Ealing versus Doncaster. I don't think it will be, but I definitely see Saracens up there. And it definitely will be Saracens versus Ealing Trailfinders or Doncaster Knights, which I'm very excited for. So if you have enjoyed today's video, then be sure to massive thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, comment on thoughts regarding this. But anyway, guys, have an awful day, and as with my next video, adios, chaps, boom. And how cold is not in her. She's a diamond.